Namaskar. Welcome to Embrace Zindegi. It's raining, pitter-patter raindrops. It's so nice to have a cup of tea with pakoras and samosas and watch the rain slashing on your window pane. It's a wonderful time of Saban. But along with it comes a lot of problems as well. So today, to discuss all that, the health issues during the rainy days, I have with me Dr. Paracetamol Bose. So I'll ask Doctor, very often we hear children falling sick during the rain and there's a spell of virus. So how do we take care of these little issues?
Hello, my dear friends. This is after some time again we are back with our Embrace Zindegi. Hope you are liking all the podcasts. But this is a very important time, as Shashida was asking, what is that special about this weather? If you have witnessed something very interesting in this weather, the weather is very sultry, very humid, very misty, very musty. And this kind of weather, when you have a very high level of humid content, the virus takes an advantage.
Absolutely.
They multiply. It's very cushy for the viruses.
Yeah.
They multiply and they are comfortable. And
especially in the wet zones.
Yeah, the wet zones. And that's why when you go to the areas when there is a lot of clustering with the school areas or the school buses or in the hospital areas
and even the school uniform, the wet uniform, I guess.
Even where the people are waiting, the hospital lobbies and the market areas, whenever you have the zones are very tight, people are in the intimate zones, the viruses quickly get into your respiratory system, and that is the problem.
Okay. So you were saying that a lot of crowd, lot of wetness around, that breeds the virus and it is transmitted from one person to another.
As you know, the virus basically is very incomplete. It's very
it needs
vulnerable.
a carrier.
It needs a carrier. It needs a host. So because even if when you have a good sunshine or when you have a very good rain, it gets flushed away.
Right.
But
absolutely.
the problem is that when you don't have adequate rain, but at the same time when the moisture goes very high, so what happens? The moisture acts as a droplet, and the moisture is a very good ecosystem for the viruses to multiply.
Okay.
And since it has a very limited, shell life in the viruses, they cannot live for longer. So they always look for a reservoir. So they quickly get into the human system and they start multiplying there.
So tell me, doctor, we love to bathe in the rain, and the first rain of the season, it is always so romantic. So do you should we encourage our children to bathe in the rain sometimes, or it's completely forbidden?
No. Taking a bath in the rain is also very wholesome. It takes care of its wellness, and something like dancing in the rain, it's always, we look forward. But we are not getting that kind of rain. What we are getting, less rain, a lot of humidity. It's a very paradoxical weather.
Yes.
And it's very, you sweat more, you feel listless, you feel very, sluggish.
Okay.
And that is the time what happens, the virus gets into upper respiratory, the nasal passages. And nasal passages needs a lot of humidification. When you have a very, humid weather like this, the humidification goes in a desire, they multiply there, then they get into a sinus passage. So it goes into a very rapid multiplication. What happens? The virus has a very interesting way of multiplication. 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes... It's called 2 to the power.
Very quickly.
Quickly. So it goes into upper respiratory. That's why you will find very, the full rain we have not got yet. Ever since the humidity has got back to us, people are getting all those symptoms of runny nose, little post-nasal drip, feverish, backache. It's all virus multiplication.
Doctor, very often we turn to medicines like crocin and paracetamol without even consulting a doctor. Do you think that's a good way of getting over these viruses?
Absolutely no to this, because the viruses, we don't have any drugs which can kill the viruses. Only thing, you have to reduce the virus multiplication.
Okay.
And how can I do it? Don't allow the viruses to multiply in your upper respiratory system. As simple as that. Do a lot of cleansing.
All right.
And then I'll show you a very interesting thing, which is I'll show you a very simple thing. These are basically we call saline mist.
Okay.
Now, when you use a saline mist, like for example, I'm putting it, I'm cleansing the viruses.
All right.
So when you clean the viruses, so what happens? It doesn't allow the virus. So
it's just saline water.
It's a saline, and saline with a good functioning system.
All right.
It's an isotonic saline. When you use an isotonic saline as a misty spray, it acts as a protective. It's very preventive. It doesn't allow the virus to flush, because you get the rain effect, the flushing effect, the way you flush a system.
So it's for all ages?
All ages. And I tell you, even the children, once they are back from the school, they'll be using the saline mist. Elderly people, those who are working in the cluster areas, they should be using it, and it's must. Number two, do a lot of cleansing, like steaming.
Okay.
Steaming is that,
Yeah.
everybody has those facial steamers and all.
Right.
Make it medicated, make it much more
Absolutely.
interesting and aromatic. Normally, I recommend people to put some tea bags. So what happens when you put
that's
tea?
a good tip. Tea
Yeah.
bag. A normal tea bag, you mean to say?
Normal tea bag.
Oh,
So what
all
happens, when you put a tea bag, tea has a lot of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory. It becomes very aromatic,
Okay.
and at the same time, it becomes
Interesting.
very therapeutic. The reason being, tea has a very antibacterial property. Many of the diseases, whether it's skin and all, when there's inflammation, we get tea bag fermentation.
Alright.
So tea has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. So normally I recommend tea bag inhalation. It's a very good cleanser. It reduces the inflammation, and
I'm sure you didn't know about it. So
Yeah,
after
so-
having the tea, you can still have the second
yeah,
pour.
I said you inhale tea
and
or drink tea is
inhale.
very aromatic.
Yeah.
And third is, and I always say that do some Jal Neti, flush your system.
Okay.
Use some water. Either you can hold the water here, or you can use a nasal wash bottle.
So you
something
are
like-
saying that
something
turn
like-
to naturopathy
These are
instead
called
of
nasal wash
allopathy.
bottles, and we have got typical. These are our own, and you have this saline sachets are available. So what happens? You put some lukewarm water and the saline sachet, and it works on the principle of capillary actions. You put it like this.
Okay.
You flush from this side, and it
Okay.
goes out from other side. Only thing, when you are using the nasal wash, hold your breath for some time. Otherwise, you may
Alright.
feel little
Okay.
heady because it goes into your upper.
But it
you know,
needs a lot of practice.
no, it's very simple. It's doable. Anybody
Okay.
can do it. Just it's
Okay.
not rocket science. Anybody can do it. So again, I'll
So
repeat.
Jal Neti, the second point
So-
is Jal Neti.
So saline, steaming, and then you go for a
And
nasal wash. It
nasal
reduces.
wash.
So if you do, everybody in this kind of weather, when the virus is spreading, you should be following these basic measures of cleansing, and cleansing.
So doctor, what about the diet? What kind of diet should we have during this period so that we avoid, constantly being attacked by such virus?
Look, once you have done the cleansing, then what happens? The virus, it's like a host versus parasite.
Right,
If the host is
right.
weak, the parasite will take an advantage.
Yeah.
So what happens? Morning shows the day, and morning is the time when you have the maximum, therapeutic effect for whatever you're doing.
Absolutely.
So if your diet is a little wholesome in the sense that
Okay.
which has a combination of good carb, protein, vitamin, minerals, and fibers, then
Alright.
it's very effective. So I normally tell people that have a lot of fresh foods in the morning.
Okay, so
And
fruits in the
have
morning.
fruits in the morning. Take some protein preparation. Yogurts are good.
So do you
Or,
recommend smoothie or just to have the fruit straight with peels?
if you can have, one fruit will not help you because it has to
Yeah,
be. If you refer to our
yes.
previous podcast, we said
Right.
make it very colorful, which
Multiple.
is very
Yeah.
make it very happening. Looks like a garden of fruits, a
Fruits,
platter of
okay.
fruits,
Yeah.
and take some protein because protein is a building blok. You can add.
Okay.
I know one
You
of the
can have
best.
chanas, choles,
Normally we are
soaked.
weight conscious. We are conscious, and
Right.
normally said even even milk is little glycemic because of glucose and mannose
Yeah.
and so what I say that use the normal milk and make it thin
Or
out of it.
yogurt.
Just
Or-
go homemade
yeah.
paneer.
Right, homemade paneer.
You put some lemon or you can
Right.
and make
Wonderful.
it little what you call those homemade whey proteins.
Homemade cheese.
Homemade cheese. I think have
Yeah.
a bowl of cheese,
Yeah.
a lot of fresh
Along with
fruits,
the fruits.
along with the
Yes.
fruits, and also in the morning you get up, you increase your metabolism. And always say that the first of the for the body, if you can enhance your metabolism, the virus cannot play a dirty game on your body. So how can you enhance
And you
metabolism?
see, traditionally we have khichris and
Yeah.
so which is so wholesome.
So I think normally,
rice and dal and boiled and
very for the school children, those who are working population,
Yeah.
professional like us, we start our day and then go for the hospitals and all
Right,
that. So
right.
normally the thumb rule what we follow is that have 5 seeds, which is in the morning, all the 5
Right.
seeds which I always mention. Like you can have chia seed, the flax seeds, the
Pumpkin.
chana, the pumpkin, the
And the nuts.
chias and nuts, and have a lot of nuts.
Right.
And good walnut is good. Even hazelnuts is
Hazelnuts
good.
is good.
And even also you can have those
Almonds.
almonds and all. Have mix of all those seeds and all. Have a lot of chana, and that will enhance your metabolism. And followed by a good meal base and a lot of fresh fruits. That's enough. That takes your metabolism. And one more thing which is important, because the body has a very good flushing system. Hydrate yourself.
Okay,
well.
okay.
Because when you have a humid weather like this, you tend to sweat more. So see to it that you have 6 to 7 glasses of water.
And
at
that
least.
too balanced with salt.
Look,
Because
you
you're
ask
losing
your
a lot of
doctor what
salt.
happens. Or you ask your doctor, because many
Okay.
times when you have certain diseases like kidney disease or heart
Oh,
disease,
right.
you're not supposed to overload.
Okay.
If other things are not convenient,
Right.
flushing your system and drinking a lot of mix. And This is made. And then of course you should be gargling, because gargle is one thing which cleanses your upper, because everything
Right.
goes in the throat to
Right.
upper respiratory throat.
So
throat.
what is the ideal thing to gargle with?
Look, iodine is the best. Sometimes iodines are very expensive. So what
Okay.
I said that even the tea could be a very good gargle.
All right.
Black tea.
Oh, all right.
So normally the method of gargle,
Okay.
I must tell my audience, is that
Okay.
what you happen, the way you drink a tea, the holding time is important. Just watch me what I do. I try to
Okay.
hold it here as
Okay.
long. Try
At
to
the
count
throat.
at the
At the
throat.
throat level.
Count your fingers and
Okay.
try to hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. Is
Okay.
magical.
Oh.
So holding is very important. You don't have to do iodine gargle unless and until you're taking inhalers and all, but simply use steam, go natural, and that's
So
very
that will also probably take care of the bad breath or
yeah,
tonsils.
that's why bad breath, mouth breathers, you
Right.
use your nasal system.
Right.
And also there are certain breathing exercises I can show you one simple breathing exercise called Bhastrika.
Okay.
Everybody should be doing it. Watch me how I do it.
All
Like
right.
for example, once you have done the cleansing, just watch me. It's very simple. It's called bellow breathing. Bellow means you're using the lung to clean your upper respiratory.
right.
How I do it, you just watch me. In a batch of 10. This is
Alright,
what I'm using.
alright.
I'm using the power of my lung as a bellow to,
So
open
that
up
takes
the
a lot of energy.
energy. It gives you,
Okay.
it's metabolic,
Alright.
it enhances you, which makes you feel good. At the same time, you open up your respiratory passages, upper
Alright.
respiratory sinuses. And if you follow these simple golden rules, and of course, this is a very interesting thing. Our foundation has come up with the SAS Veda.
Oh,
You can-
okay.
This is
okay.
one thing.
Yeah, that's
And this
wonderful.
is one, it's very simple.
Okay.
It's not an Ayurvedic, not an allopathic. All the natural antioxidants we are using, the amla, the behada, whatever little thing, the curcumin, there are 21 things we have, and it's so popular across the globe. Just use our SAS Veda to enhance your immune system. It's so good. And that's all. You don't need any very
Wonderful.
typical therapeutic medications. Follow these
Wonderful.
basic rules, and I can guarantee you, you will not catch fever. You will not
Wow.
feel listless. You will do well, even enjoy the
And
weather
without antibiotics.
without antibiotics. And the best part of
Wonderful.
it, you will wait for the good rains to come and you will dance
So
in the rain.
enjoy the rain, dance in the rain, stay at home, even if you go out.
And then you can
stay
have
with-
pakoras and whatever you want to have.
Absolutely.
Have a lot
Don't
of
miss out on
tea,
the samosas, right?
samosas and all those things. And,
And the
have a good life.
adrak chai.
Absolutely. And you will find some fun in this weather. And you will love to be an outdoor. Enjoy the weather. Feel good. Breathe better. Live longer. Namaste.
Namaste. Embrace Zindegi. Keep in touch with us. If you have a problem, do write to us. Thank you so much. Good night.